I've talked to most of them, and they have fears. Or my husband, husbands have left women with cancers. I've seen it. So it's basically a problem of our society. It's not just the government's responsibility, but the government should take leadership in it. Because today in Nigeria, we don't have any dedicated cancer centers. And for 160 million Nigerians, that is totally unacceptable. When we have people dying daily, like it's estimated that 10,000 Nigerians die from cancer-related diseases. Yearly. So that we don't even have statistics.
I was going to say that because these are
hospital-based statistics. We only have 10 hospitals that 10 tertiary institutions that actually take these statistics. And imagine the whole of Nigeria, 36 states, 36 plus 1 FCT, only 10 centers dedicated to take statistics. And meanwhile, most Nigerians don't even go to the hospital.
Those are the ones that are recorded.
Patronized. So I think every state government should take it upon themselves, take the onus on themselves, and fix programs that actually could aid in knowing the real burden, the extent of this burden of cancer in Nigeria. It's not just we don't even have, it's so hard. How would you plan when you don't have statistics?
Exactly. We've talked government, we've talked civil society and medical practitioners, but religion is also very important in all of this. I know it's a very touchy issue. I mean, I'm Christian. I know that there are certain churches where you go to and people just believe, okay, I'm going to pray about it, and it's going to go. Where do pastors come in? Because the preachers actually sometimes encourage you to come and those receive blessings.
Let me tell you something about faith healing.
I was just about to say faith
will, as in, I won't say that God does not heal, because as a doctor, I've seen cases where cancer is actually gone. But please, you can't claim healing when you've not been checked.
Exactly.
When you've not been confirmed to be healed. And the pastors, irrespective of the fact that you're a pastor, you should know that this old faith healing is faith healing. So you don't know the extent of that patient,
of the person's faith.
Exactly. So why would you just tell the person, don't go and take drugs? I've actually had cases, even HIV related cases, that they've come to meet me and they're like, doctor, my pastor says I should not take my drugs. I'm like, you're going to die. I'm not playing God here, but I'm telling you that God gave somebody this wisdom to formulate these medicines for you. So why would your pastor overrule that person's that godly intervention? So why don't we think that even early detection is God's way of helping that person? Provision of drugs, as in the availability of chemotherapy or radiotherapy now in a present day world where there's like advanced drugs that can actually help than before. Why won't the person take it like this is God's own way of helping me than ruling out all medical intervention?
Do you guys have any way of talking to this religious leaders in any way?
Well, it's
Pink Pearl, yes.
For Exquisite Magazine, we don't. But then again, what we say to people that call us is, healing, everything in life depends on your faith.
Yes.
If you believe you're going to be healed and you're taking steps towards you getting healed, then you will be. I'm a Christian and I have have strong beliefs and have strong faith. But if people are saying, oh, my pastors told me not to do this, my pastors told me not to do that, and deep inside they're thinking, or they're depressed and being, wary about them having an illness and things like that, they probably won't get healed. But, even in the Bible, it talks about your faith. It's your faith that heals you. It's your faith that does most of the things in life. So you can't sit there and say, oh, I'm believing I'm going to be healed. But then again, you're not taking steps that shows that you believe you're going to be healed. It's all it's a spiral of, different things that come together. But then again, like she said, it's God's way of showing you that, okay, so you don't die of this cancer. Here, it's showing its face now. Do something about it. Yeah. Even if you have faith that it's going to go away, you need to take steps for it to eventually go away. Not just believe and then not take your medication or anything.
Even for the medicines to work, it's God.
Exactly, it's God.
Some will actually go through aggressive chemotherapy,
and it doesn't work.
They don't ever get out of it. So for the drugs to work effectively, it takes God in it. So why won't the pastors preach these messages right? We've had churches that have invited Pink Pearl for screening. It's actually very remarkable. I actually would really appreciate those preachers that they didn't just do it the wrong way. They invited Pink Pearl in. Even some mocks, they've invited Pink Pearl for screenings and breast cancer and cervical cancer screenings, and we've actually helped those women. And you'll be shocked, some of these women, because of the pastors' wives leading this program,
they were now able to.
They're coming out.
All of them, they turned out massively, and they were helped. They got information. Information is key in everything about cancer. Information of what to check for. what signs, you know, what to avoid, lifestyle changes. So this education constantly, you know, like I will tell you, Gatawa, the problems we're having is not that we're not doing enough, but how many people have we touched? We have 160 million people in Nigeria. How much can you touch? Funding for breast cancer awareness programs are very low.
Very low.
You know,
very low.
It's not just...
You brought up an interperson topic there that I wanted to touch on now, which is causes. Do we have things that actually cause cancer? You know, we hear a lot of things. Oh, don't rub this cream. Oh, don't eat this one. Don't eat canned food. Don't eat processed chicken. There's so many things out there.
There's no known causes. So remove causes.
Cancer.
Remove causes.
Known cause.
Risk factors. Let's talk about risk. In cancer, we talk about risk factors, not causes, because you can't pinpoint that this is, except for the cases of cervical cancer. You say 99.9% of cervical cancers are caused by HPV virus. So it's like known. Most of liver cancers are caused by hepatitis B and C infections. Yes, you know those are. But risk factors now. Let's talk about smoking, abuse of alcohol, excessive use of alcohol. You know, it's not like, oh, the problems are too much on me, or whether I'm so happy, or I should get myself very high. You know, it's more like after you get very high, after a certain
the repercussions,
you suffer something afterwards in life. You know, and diet. You know, diet is very important. Lots of diets have been found to contain aflatoxins, and low fiber diets have been found to promote cancers and all that. So it's more like exercise, obesity. Cancers occur more in obese people. So
interesting.
Yeah. So people are advised.
I ask that because I know someone a very prominent Nigerian lawyer who passed away, I think, of lung cancer. And he had never smoked in his life or something along those lines. And I have a family friend who's a smoker. He's a chain smoker. He's up to his 60s now, and he would always say, I mean, if this man died and he never smoked, why should I smoke? He's still alive. He doesn't have any. But you hear those sort of things that people.
I missed the most important risk factor: hereditary.
I was just about to say
genetic.
That hereditary as well. Yeah,
you can't take that one out. If someone has cancer genes, without smoking, even you live, you're at risk of having cancer than any other person. Yeah. So some people are actually they're blessed; they don't have such genes in their life. So you can't use those known smokers. Like some people tell you that if so and so causes this, see this person, he's done it all his life
and nothing
happened to him. But who now tells you that you are not the person? I mean,
it's genetic. That is why
100% genetic.
No, it's not 100%. But then again, 10%. If you have it in your line, I don't know the percentage, but if you have it in your line, just like we say to women as well, if an aunt or your mother or somebody in your family had breast cancer, be wary. Yes. Do your constant check and things like that. Genetics is really, is something to note as well. So just because, somebody, like she said, has been smoking, nothing's happened, it could be in your genetics, not you, but it could be in, that person's genetics. And one way or the other, it would still catch on. So really and truly, all the things about cancer is just to be careful. And also, I have to say pray, because even like, you can just be there and something happens, abnormal growth, somewhere, and that's it. That's the beginning of whatnot. But, one has to be careful about the different lifestyle choices, especially smoking, alcohol,
and sex
as well. I have to say, I'm talking about that because obviously we're more for the cervical cancer, and
multiple
breast cancer.
Partners.
But having multiple sexual partners, because the HPV virus are found in men, unharmful to them. But once it gets to women, certain strain of it might not necessarily agree with certain, I don't know what to call it, in the women.
In the women's
exactly.
cells.
So it starts to cause some changes in the cervix. And if you're, going from this person to that person to that person, you don't know what different strain all these people have. And you're just complicating things one way or the other for yourself, especially if you're not screening yourself regularly. And screening is so easy. Yes, it's a bit uncomfortable, but it's something that has to be done.
How expensive is it?
It's not even expensive. I mean, one of the doctors we work with in Surulere, they do free screening every Saturday.
Yeah,
every Friday. Dr. Femi Olale. They do free screening every Friday. Every Friday they do free screening, which is what we're trying to advocate for as well. If we have a lot of centers doing free screening, and then there's another one we work with in Yaba, they do free screening, and it catches up. We have 3 centers that we work with. What we try to do with the work is get everybody attending these screenings. Some, quite a number of them we pay for, just to get people going for this screening, because it's unbelievable that something that's preventable, one will now die from it.